Okay guys, today we will be talking about this fantastic monitor. A monitor that I wanted. It was a bit difficult for me to get it because we are in Europe and they don't sell directly in Europe through Amazon, for example, like they do in the US. But I wanted, and I think I was really right to buy this monitor. Let's talk about the OSEE T5 Plus. Yes guys, the OSEE T5 Plus, a very small monitor, lightweight monitor. Let's unbox it. Yeah, it comes in this nice... I like doing videos impromptu because we are called Impromptu, so I don't like, you know, fake videos, a lot of cuts. I like easy, like this, like we are together and we are unboxing it together. So it comes in this nice box, very low plastic. This is the monitor itself. Let's take a look at it. Okay, first of all, it's 5 inches monitor. As you can see, there's no fancy stuff. It's just this joystick. That's it. This is all we have to control this monitor, with exception only of the on-off button that is on the back, that we will be looking at it very quickly now. So let's start from here. Wow, I like so much this. Recessed HDMI and DC out. This itself is crazy. So you don't have all the cable, all the plug coming out, and you know, I don't like it. I like it more like this. And then on the top, nothing. Left side, right side, sorry. We have a 1/4 inch thread with locking pins, a USB-C for powering the monitor, which is a very good alternative if you use it in studio. SD card slot for your LUTs, another 1/4 thread with locking pins, remote control, which I probably will never use, and headphones jack. This is it. On the back, here it comes, on-off button, easy, and battery release. And very nice, I think, of this monitor is the fact that we can use both Canon LP batteries and Sony NPF batteries. So we can run this small monitor with this small Canon battery. Crazy, no? The monitor itself is 170 grams. Sorry, people in the US, I didn't convert it. I'm sorry. And you know how much it weighs, this small Canon battery, probably 70 grams. In total, we are looking probably into the less than 1 pound. Yes, because 170 plus, yes, it's 3/4 pounds, most probably. Anyway, when you hold this monitor in your hands, it's just unnatural for what it is. After you tried it and you saw that it's 1000 nits and all the functionalities that you have, and then you take it back after using other monitors like Ninjas, Shinobi. I have Aperture monitors, Portkey monitors. I have many monitors, but I wanted this last one for one reason. I adopted the Sony system now, and we have 2 FX3, 1 FX30, plus a high-speed camera, but the main cameras are these 2. There was no sense in having a monitor that was heavier than the whole camera system. I mean, here we are talking an FX3 or FX30, we are talking about 700 grams, and the Ninja with a NPF battery was was even heavier than this setup. So I said it's apart the fact that it's not nicely balanced, etc., and you have to rig it. And the FX3 and FX30 are nice because you don't need to rig them. So why should I have the will to rig cameras that are thought by Sony to be in most cases, not rigged. Unless you need a rig, you don't have to rig cameras. It's not necessary all the times. So this monitor, I bought it because I saw it from Caleb at DSL Video Shooter, and I liked it. It was the last version, not this one. This is the T5 Plus, and it's 1000 nits. The old version, I think, was around 500 nits. So now also the luminosity of this monitor increased. And so I think the last thing that we needed from OSEE was satisfied. At this point, let's go on. So let's switch this monitor on first. Then we see all the accessories provided. Yeah, here it is. Boom. Okay, guys. I don't know which setting of brightness I have. At this point, you are seeing that the brightness set up to be properly exposed is 0. Yes, we are at 0 brightness. So we can increase this number to give you an idea of the brightness that this screen has. It's really, really bright. Anyway, let's go back to 0 because we will need to, of course, use the monitor and check out the main functionalities of this monitor. Okay, guys, so let's connect it. But first, I want to show you other accessories here. So, in the box, we have a sun hood. Very useful, nothing special. It's a pretty simple sun hood made of plastic. It's anyway a very flexible plastic. I don't think it will break. Let's try it. Quick installation, nothing special. On the back, wow, sorry. On the back, they put these insets so that we know exactly where the ribbon goes. Okay, boom. And this is it. Yes, is at 0. I don't know if you can listen to it, but there is a vent going on in this moment. I can hear it from 10 centimeters, 4 inches, 10 inches. I cannot hear absolutely nothing. It's 100% silent. This display doesn't have practically any audible noise. I try again. Nothing. And normally I don't post-produce so much audio, so usually I just put some compression, nothing special. And another nice accessory we get is this bracket. Very nice, and I will show you now how it works. Plus 2 HDMI cables, which I'm not using because they are only HDMI to micro or mini HDMI. So unfortunately, if I was a Canon user still, I would use them. And you know, now we have full size HDMI in our Sony, so I don't need it anymore. So guys, let's go on. Very nice bracket. I don't think it's a special bracket of any kind, but what I like is locking pins here, locking pins also on the bracket. So we are not rotating the monitor based on the friction that it has, but we are rotating the monitor based on this this screw here that we can set to be more or less, you know, yes, to make more or less friction. Anyway, guys, this is it. Now let's see how the monitor works. I will connect it to my YOLO box here, because I use the YOLO box in monitor mode to monitor the overhead camera, because you never know where you are. And this is it, this nice 80s effect, like it comes back. Very nice. Anyway, this is the less complex viewing mode. We can memorize on this monitor 3 presets, okay? Each preset can have multiple, basically I think all the functionalities of the monitor. So for example, we can have a preset with all the exposure tools, another preset, let's say, for focusing, just to give you an example, another one that is provided with a LUT so that we can just enjoy whatever we are shooting, for example. Each one of them is always changeable. We don't need to record something, etc. We just go through them with the joystick going left and right. So at this point I will go to number 3, which is still very clear. Number 1 is my exposure preset, and I think it's pretty nice. I like it so much because not all the monitors have this functionality. Basically, you have all the possible scopes: vector scope, parade, audio. So this is the setting up of your shot, and it's really nice. You don't touch the screen. This is another point. Sometimes, yeah, now it's pretty young in my hands, so I'm still struggling sometimes with the joystick because I still need to learn it. So you will see me probably not going well. But anyway, the nice thing is that for each section we can basically decide to change the brightness. So downwards is brightness, very easy. If you go up, it's magnification. Nice. Okay, let's try again the magnification to do this, you know, nice 80s effect. Nice. I'm from the 70s, so you know I like everything that is kitsch and is 80. Anyway, then if we go left and right, we change the settings. You see, if we press, we can edit whatever we want to see in this particular mode. So we are already changing the mode. For example, we can select the focus assist, 1, peaking, 2, and for each of them we can choose the color, the sensitivity, the background, whatever. Okay, peaking, same thing. We can choose the intensity of the peaking, for example, and boom, remove it, otherwise we get confused. And here we can set the aspect, which is pretty nice. It goes to my last settings, so here we can decide what we like. For example, 9/16 for Instagram, 4/5, 1:1, and 4/3, and cinema, and again. Or we can go to custom, so we can even set up a mode with custom. Whatever is not in frame, we can decide if you don't want to see it at all, or we just give a certain transparency, which is pretty nice again. So let's go back, guys. Boom. Let's remove this, otherwise we get really confused. Here we have the safe lines, so we can decide which one we want, action, title, whatever. We can decide whatever we want to do here. Again, remove it. Center, nice. We can even, change it. Even the center, hollow, cross, very easy. Everything as a setting. And then crosshatch, the rule of thirds, or we can change it again. We can decide if we want 2x2, 3x3, whatever. Let's remove it. Anamorphic. And of course, we can change all the setting for the anamorphic, my friends. Yes, we can decide why we want it. Let's remove it. D-log. Here, we can do SDR or HDR. Decide how it should work. Now, on the next one, as you saw, we have put all the settings regarding, for example, the exposure or focusing, whatever. Of course, is it possible to load LUTs here? Yes, through SD card. And so at that point, when we load the LUTs, we will have the option to use our own LUTs to monitor instead of a simple delogging that the monitor is doing by itself. And guys, this is it. A monitor should do the monitor, I think, should not do anything else than monitoring and giving us tools to better see whatever we are shooting. And I think this function itself that recently has been put also on other monitors I saw on Amazon, Europe, etc. itself hits the cost of this monitor. In the US, you can buy this monitor for something around $150. The price is unique for all the world. The only point that is in the US, probably you don't pay shipment in most cases. In Europe, we pay something like 50 euros for shipment, but we don't pay customs. At least I didn't pay anything of customs, so it's anyway a good deal, I think, for a monitor like this. Again, was not easy for me to get my hands on this monitor. It was not easy to get it because in Europe they don't sell, so I had to have it shipped from China to Cyprus. Cyprus was not even included in their country list, so I had to call them, write them, etc. At the end, I was able to have this monitor. But I think this monitor handles anything that comes to my mind, honestly. It's lightweight, has a great brightness, a lot of tools. There is only one thing that I would add to this monitor to make it perfect. Is an HDMI out. Yes, guys, doesn't have any HDMI out, unfortunately. So either you need a splitter or something else if you need to use another device. But let's look also at the possibilities. Why should you need an HDMI out? For example, the biggest use that you can have today for an HDMI out would be using audio video transmitter, like a Holy Land, for example. Yeah, the Holy Land has an HDMI out, so it's fine. I just go through the Holy Land and then the out goes into the monitor. Pretty easy. If you want to monitor yourself through a field monitor or whatever, yes, that would be an issue. But you can still use transmitter, receiver if you need this. There are also monitors that have transmitters inside or receivers inside. So if you really need that kind of workflow, you go for bigger monitors with other characteristics, more battery, more consumption. This monitor is just to keep your rig very light. If you go run and gun, you don't need and you don't want to bring with you a monitor that weighs more than your camera and lenses together. So that's why I think this monitor with my setup made of the smallest FX series cameras from Sony, it's just the perfect marriage. I have nothing else to say. So guys, I will link you OSEE website anyway in the description. It's not an affiliate link. most probably, unless I can get one. But you know, with my channel is at the beginning, so I don't expect any earning at least now. But guys, buy this monitor. It's really hard for me to say you or someone else buy something, but in this case I feel confident. This monitor rocks for the price and for the lightweight, brightness, functionalities. I consider it probably the perfect monitor. See you soon in this channel for new reviews and other stuff. Please subscribe, guys. Help me with this small channel. Leave your comments, subscribe, help me. I'm doing all this content to start what is my passion, and to try to change my life in a certain way. Help me if you can. See you soon.